Hmm. Right. All right, so we're going to get started. All right, good afternoon. This is day 2 of remote learning, day 2 of number stories. So we're going to get started. I'm going to read this number story for you guys today, and I'm going to have 2 scholars recite it back. This should be number stories day 71. All right, so I'm going to begin. Here we go. A man weighs 207 pounds. He weighs 23 times as much as his newborn baby. How much does the baby weigh? All right, that is the number story. Ask 2 scholars to recite that. I'm gonna let Miss McLean or any other teacher that wants to.
Yes, I'm looking through the list for people we haven't heard from. Can you say the problem one more time? And then Liam, you're gonna repeat it back.
All right. A man weighs 207 pounds. He weighs 23 times as much as his newborn baby. How much does the baby weigh?
Liam, go ahead.
A man weighs 207 pounds, and that is 23 times as much as a newborn baby, and we want to figure out how much the baby weighs.
All right.
Okay, now let's see if Imani can say it back.
A man weighs 207 pounds. He weighs 23 times as much as his newborn baby. How much does the baby weigh?
All right. Sounds like she read that on the paper. No. Good job. All right. So, comprehension question: does the baby weigh more or less than 207 pounds? So, who can answer that? Actually, yeah, let's do that. Let's do thumbs up or thumbs down. Does it weigh more or less than 207 pounds? What about you, Justin? What do you think? Thumbs up or down? Let's get some full participation here. Edgar, let's see your hand. Weighs more or less? Oh, weren't paying attention.
All right, I see.
Jocelyn, eyes on the screen.
All right.
Mr. Vasquez, would you like me to call on someone to respond?
Sure. Yeah.
Nana, you're unmuted. Go ahead, Nana.
I think that the newborn baby would weigh less because it says that he weighs as much, and we know that that means that means that's how much he weighs more than the baby.
Okay. Awesome. All right. So what I'm gonna do right now is that I'm gonna post. A lot of students are messaging me they don't have this, so I'm gonna post the question on the chat for those that don't have it, so you can write it down on a piece of paper and solve it. Okay. So now we're gonna go to our breakout groups. Miss Nana is ready. Groups.
I'm not ready just yet, so why don't we have scholars just start working on it?
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to discuss the best strategies to solve this problem, okay, before we go to breakout groups. And then eventually when we go to our breakout groups, we're going to figure out the best strategy for solving this specific problem, okay? Then it's okay. If you do not need it, it's fine. This is just for those that need it. I posted it on the chat, okay? You don't have to respond. It's okay. So right now, let's try to develop strategies on how we're going to solve this problem. So we know the baby weighs less. How are we trying to figure out this problem? Okay.
Quick note, if Emery and Issa are in this group, can you please go to your sets?
I believe it's actually counseling. I think that was Miss Hessler, right?
Yeah, there you go. Miss H. So if you could go to Miss H's link.
Issa's here. Issa's here. Issa, you heard that?
Yeah, but how do I do that? I don't have the Zoom meeting ID. Can you give it to me, please? Miss H's.
I had sent that in the Jupiter, but
It's in the Jupiter message. Did you see that there?
Jupiter message. Mom.
Okay, maybe we can send it on the chat, Isa.
Okay. Let me see. All right, we should be working on that. Let's see what we got.
Not you, Haley. Only Issa and Emery.
Kelly, I think you're.
Emery, you heard that?
Yes, I did, but I went with her yesterday.
Okay. I think you got to go again.
But
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, I can, if you guys want to go into groups, I can send us into groups. It's just that there may be a lot more people in Mr. Vasquez's group because people keep leaving and coming back in.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so how long do you, 6 minutes for?
Yep.
Phil? Okay.
Miss Linehan, because of time, are we still going to do the strategy first and then break out again, or we just do everything together?
Yeah, why don't we spend 2 minutes for having scholars plan out like a strategy to solve or some kind of plan on their paper, then we'll all come back together and share.
Okay. Okay, so we're going into rooms for 2 minutes.
Hello, gamers. Hello, gamers.
Okay, and Samo, you have a second strike because every time you enter into this, you always do that. Everybody else mics were muted. That was my instructions from before. I don't, like I say, I don't understand why this has to be a conversation every single time. Okay, so what I want us to do is looking at our papers in front of you, raise your hand if, so Ari, okay. I need to see everybody's face. Does everybody have the number story in front of them? Raise your hand if you do not have the number story. Okay. So everybody has it. Yeah, no, what do you have in your paper then? Unmute yourself. Wait, say it again. What do you have in your paper?
I have a piece of paper and I have I couldn't have time to like show like not really show,
Are you still able to see the chat? I think you should still be able to see the chat. Everybody else, you're creating a plan to solve the problem. You know, are you able to see the chat still? Okay. So it says a man weighs 207 pounds. Everybody else is creating a plan. He weighs 23 times as much as, Ari, I don't see you doing anything, as his newborn baby. And then the question is, how much does the baby weigh? We're trying to find out how much does the baby weigh. So we need to see some sort of plan. I need to see some sort of equation. Jace, let me see yours. 27 divided by 3? Or is that the only one, or you gotta unmute yourself, sweetie.
I put 27 divided by 3 23 times.
27 divided by 3, 23 times. Okay, does anybody else have another?
All right, everyone should be back now. It's 55. We're missing like 10. All right, so we're gonna have some scholars share their strategies with the other groups. Have Ms. McLean choose from the list of.
Sure. Let me hear from Ethan T to start out. Ethan, you're unmuted. Go ahead. And if possible, you can show it up to the camera so we can see what your plan looks like while you talk.
Okay. So, my plan, 207 divided by 23 equals the babe.
Yeah, don't give the answer yet, but that's the idea.
I drew the man,
Okay.
and then I put an arrow to the 2007. I mean
200. Yeah.
And then I drew a baby and put an arrow to the question mark because we don't know how many the baby has. But I didn't put anything for this because it's just pounds. I could have just put a brick and then that would have worked. But yeah, so that's
you.
what I had.
Nice job. All right. All right. So Ethan had the right idea, the strategy there. He's using division. Okay. So now we're gonna break out to our rooms and work on solving the problem using the strategies given. Okay.
Okay, so I'm breaking us out for 6 minutes into our rooms. Okay, everyone, thank you for having all your mics muted. So let's go ahead and try to solve the problem. When you feel like you've solved the problem and have an answer, raise your hand. Brenly, pencil to paper. We're working on a number stories. Ari, slide in, pencil to paper, working at all times. Okay, we're working on our number stories, Jason and Makan. If you have the answer, you're raising your hand. Yusuf, unmute yourself.
I just try to get a reasonable answer so I can get the answer. So is this like a reasonable answer that's close?
Raise, no,
So
no, no.
is this
I need to see all of your work. So what did you do? Let me see your paper.
I just try to like guess for a reasonable answer. This
You
is not
just
my
tried to
actual.
guess?
Yeah, for a reasonable answer. This is not my actual answer.
Okay, no, 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 no. I need an actual answer. Okay, so mute back yourself.
It was 9.
No. Makan, do you have an answer? Unmute yourself.
I needed help, and Mr. Vasquez, because the thing for the join the breakout room, it came in late for me, and I asked Mr. Vasquez for help, and he was trying to explain.
That's fine. Did you finish? Yes or no?
No, I didn't get to finish because he didn't finish what he was saying.
Okay, so based on the story that we have, right? We have a man and who we know has based on the story who weighs 207 pounds, okay? So he's gonna weigh less than or greater than the baby?
Greater.
Okay, greater.
I know it's division. I just need help with the division part.
So that you need to work out on your own, okay? So how can we do division? What do you need to do? Set up your paper in the right way and then show it to me. Does anybody have? Okay, Makan, yep. So go ahead and try to solve it now. Does anybody have their answer? Yandel? You gotta unmute yourself.
I need help because isn't 23 times wait. Isn't 23 times 9 more than I mean less than 207?
What does 23 times 9 give you? Jace, don't say nothing. Okay, Jace, unmute yourself. Yandel, mute yourself. Jace, what did you get?
I got 9.
How did you get 9? Let me see your paper.
So what I did was that like I skip counted by until I got to 20.
Okay.
Until I got a 27, and then I added the 0 at the end, and then I saw that if I tackled the 0 and there's 3 of them, it might equal to 23 times. Then I counted it out, but then I realized I would take too long, so then I skip counted it in my head, and it 23 times it was 207.
Okay, let me see back your paper again. Let me see the bottom. Oh, you're kind of out of the screen. Okay.
I understand now.
You understand, Makan?
Yeah. I understand now because when you put the 23 under the 2, it won't fit. But then I made the line bigger and then I counted up to 207.
What was your answer?
The first answer was 8, but then I did it over and I got 9.
And so you did long division, right, Makan?
Yeah. Very long division.
C, it sounds like you were agreeing with you, Melanie. So think about how you might explain that. Mr. Vasquez, would you like me to go ahead and call on people?
Yeah, sure. I guess the scholars we know that had the answer correctly, so we can see the strategy they used.
Yeah. So, all right. So everyone, welcome back into the main group at this time. Or Mr. Vasquez, do you want to go back over the expectations and then I can just call on people?
Yes. So scholars, I need everyone to have their eyes on the screen. All right, we're not watching TV. We're not being distracted by anything else that's going on. I need full focus. No eating or drinking anything at this time. If you have a TV on in the background, make sure you turn it off. No cell phones. Eyes on the screen. Okay, so at this time we're gonna have Ms. McLean, true scholars that did their best work, and we're gonna demonstrate their strategy. I'm gonna share the screen. Do not write on the share screen. That's the extra.
Jace, Jace, I unmuted you. We're gonna start with you. Go ahead, Jace.
So what I did was that I put 3 lines. What I did was that I put 3 lines and then I started writing sticks on each line until I got to 27. And then when I got to 27, I saw that the number was 207. So then I realized that it would take a long time if I did on my paper. So I skip counted by 9s 23 times on my head, and I got 207. And then I saw that there was a 0 between the 27. So then I added the 0 in and got 207. So my answer was 9 pounds.
Okay. Let me see your paper, Chase, just so everyone can see how you did it. Okay. I don't know. Can you see that? Okay. All right. So that's one strategy you can use. Skip counting. We're going to go with another strategy. Strategy number 2.
So next we're going to hear from Jade. Jade, you're unmuted. Well, can you also unmute yourself?
So what I did was that I was trying to figure. I didn't know what the answer would be on top of my head, so I did 23 times 6, and then got 138, and then I did 138 plus 46, and I did that because I knew that 23 times 2 was 46. So then I got 184. And then I did 184 plus 23, and I got 207. Then I counted out how many times I did 23, and I got 9, which was my answer.
Something along those lines.
Okay, so Mr. Vasquez, should I go ahead and call him the third?
Yeah, that works.
Okay, so Milani's going to be the third. I'm having a hard time finding. Oh, here we go. Milani, you are now unmuted. Go ahead.
So what I did was I did 23 times 9. I did 3 times 9. That led me to 27. So I put 20 on top of 2. And then I put 7 on the bottom. Then I did 9 times 2, and that got me to 18. But I had to add 2, so that got me to 20. And I put a 0 on the bottom and put a 2 on the top. And then I add 2, and that got me to 207 pounds. So my answer would be 9 pounds.
Okay. All right, so we see here 3 different ways of, okay. 3 different ways of solving the problem. Those are all correct. So great job, scholars, on that. Okay. So now we're gonna, let's see, these 2. We're to 255 or 3. Sorry. Oh, 305. I always do that every time. All right. So now we finished a bit early. Did anyone have another method they used to solve this problem? I'm going to demonstrate my method last, but did anyone use anything else? Akua? Okay.
Let me find, let me see really fast. No, I don't see Sharif on here. Never mind.
Okay. We'll go with Akua. Akua?
First, because I know that an easy way would be that 2 times 9 would get me to 18. So then I did 20 times 9 got me to 180. Then I did 3 times 9, which got me to 27. Then I added those together, and when I did 180 plus 27, that got me to 207, and my answer was 9 pounds.
Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. So now I'm going to share my screen. There we go. So I scroll up. Wow, it won't let me erase this now. Great. 1 sec. All right. So I'm trying to get rid of the annotations here. Is there a way to, Ms. McCain, can you do it for me? It doesn't show me my option here.
I can't, I don't know how to get rid of the,
Oh, where it says annotate. You put a clear all drawings, that one.
before when I did it, I had the visualizer app open on my own computer. I don't actually know how to do it.
Oh, okay. All right. It's okay. All right. So, sorry, Scott, this is hard to see, but, so what I did was I did 23 times 9, which is 207, right? But obviously that's not the easiest way to do it. So, if we have a big number such as this, you can take 23 and get a bigger number such as 10, or you know you're going to get 230. And you can work backwards from there. So we know it's 23 times. We're trying to find a number. We're going to work backwards to find 207s. So we're going to subtract 23. And here, in this case, you get 207 right off the bat. So we know the multiple was 9. That's one way to do it. Okay, you can use long division. That's another way to do it. And but other than that, the other strategies were already given by the other scholars. But other than that, we are done. We could move on to writing, I guess, early.
We can actually have them revised before we go into writing. So it's 7, 8, 9, 10. I'll say for about like 4 minutes, we can go back out into breakout rooms. Is that okay with teachers? Okay, so we'll go back out for 4 minutes. Okay, breaking out. Whoa. And should be okay. All right, everybody. Okay, so based on what you saw, we saw about 3 to 4 different ways you can solve the problem. So if you didn't already, I want you to go back. Brenly, I need to see you. If you did not already, please go back and revise your work. I'm going to ask you to show it to me. So go ahead. make sure you have your work is labeled. Okay, you when you're writing your number sentences, you have the first one, it's supposed to have a variable. Then you're supposed to have the one that matches your story, so that should include your answer. And then the last one is supposed to have the units. Yusuf, you can go ahead and unmute yourself. Yusuf, unmute yourself.
Check my work.
Okay, what did you get? Did you get 9? You had said that you had gotten 9.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, let me see your paper. Hold it up to the screen.
It's this one. These ones, no.
You got to hold it up to the screen. Your face is still on the screen. I can't see it. What did you do? 23 times what?
I did 20 times 5, about 115, and then 23 times 4, and then I got 92, and then I added it together, got 207. And then I did the 5 plus the 4, and got 9.
Oh, okay. I see what you did. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Your answer is still correct. It's 9 what? What's the unit?
It's 9 pounds.
9 pounds. Okay. Brentley, let me see yours. I know you were trying to show it to me. Yusuf, mute yourself. Brentley, unmute yourself and say something.
My answer was 184.
184?
Yeah, because I subtracted 23 from 207.
So that's not the right operation. So what you were supposed to do, it says a man weighed 207 pounds and he weighed 23 times as much as his newborn baby. So if you're thinking about that, you got to think what number times 23 is going to give me 207. So on your paper right now, I want you to write a question mark times 23 equals 207.
Miss Manu, our phone disconnected.
What? Okay, Makan, you cannot unmute yourself unless I tell you to. I know that. I see it. Understand, but there's nothing I can do to handle that right now, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. Brentley, yes. Did you write down the question mark? Times 23 equals 207, okay? And Samuel, you...
The baby's weight, is it saying that the man weighs less than the baby or more than the baby?
It's saying that the man weighs more.
Mr. Vasquez, we're all back now.
Okay. So the man weighs more than the baby, right? You can't multiply. You would have to work backwards. You would have to divide because they're looking for a smaller number, what the baby weighs. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Yeah. So you just have to reread it sometimes and try to understand what the problem is asking. Okay. Look for the key words. Okay. All right. All right, scholars. Thank you all for your performance today. We're gonna move on to our writing class. Everyone, put your focus now on Ms. Nanu, and she's going to take over.
So right now we're gonna move into writing, which is our last block. So I know, you know, this might be the end of the day, but I still need everybody's focus. So everybody is sitting up straight. We're not moving around all too much. Hold on one second.